Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're working on the Supra again. Got a mess here in my garage. I've been tearing it apart and stuff, getting it ready. So today the plan is to do shifter seal, output shaft seal. Both of those are leaking. They just hardened over time and they've been leaking pretty bad. The short shifter, catch can as well. So we're gonna be working, I started already kind of planning the route and stuff like that, but I'll show you guys as we go along. So it's gonna be a busy day. Hopefully we get it all done. Let's get started. All right guys, so here's the seals we got. We've got input, output, and shifter seal. So this is the shifter seal. I believe this is the output seal, and then this is the input seal. We won't be doing the input until we drop the tranny, maybe do a clutch or something, but we will be doing the output seal and the shifter seal because it is leaking. So once I get down there, I'll show you how I'm gonna pull them off. I'll just set you guys on the tripod. All right guys, so you grab yourself a puller like this and just kind of shorten the arms, that way you have enough pull on here. Just doing a tiny bit. Obviously this thing is tiny. Just going around here. This will just, you know, extra protection, I guess. Here. If you guys have to replace the seal, this is a 3/4 inch barb. So just a 3/4 male to 3/4 male. And I guess it's just the right size for that seal. And I did the same thing with this seal. RTV around it, greased the center. So you got this clamp here that holds in a pin, which holds it into this here. So what you're gonna wanna do here, undo this, expose the pin there, and just push it out. There we go. So there you go, dowel's in. And this just goes over that dowel just to make sure it doesn't fall out. So I brought a 35 mil. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna do a little bit of RTV just for extra protection around here. Just a thin layer all the way around there. There she is. Shifter is here. Let's go ahead and get this unboxed and installed. Let's see that. Oh, that's nice. They include instructions. So here's the stock stock shifter. That's what that looks like. Let's go ahead and open this up. I'll look through these, figure out how I'm gonna install it real quick. Hey guys, we're back under the car. So I'll show you how to take this stuff off. I left all this loose, so it's fairly easy now. So you're just gonna take off these. They're 12 mil, I believe. That'll loosen up the shifter. So that's out. Now we have to go to the top and I'll show you what we gotta do there. Gonna undo those. And then it should just pop right up. Make sure this ring stays there. So this all comes assembled. These are separate. So the way you wanna line these up is this bracket here, the stop, then you've got the O-ring, which you took off of this shifter here, and then as you can see there's a groove there that goes over the O-ring, so you put that there. Then so you have to make sure it's in the correct order here before you punch in this dowel, because once you do, you're not getting it out. It's flush now. The stuff you will reuse is the ring here, this, which is at the bottom here, the shifter. Just make sure it's flat and make sure you're not crushing it when you're pushing this in. The second ring is the one that's hard to get past, but all you have to do there is make sure this is aligned correctly, and then you'll walk that down with the hardware they provided, because the hardware you have doesn't work. But this will push that second O-ring down. So you don't want to go just down on one side. You want to go back and forth so it doesn't pinch or pull the O-ring out from that shaft at the bottom there. Get the spring. So here's the other spring. It's a little bit weaker than the one you guys saw over there. So there's 6th. So see how there's still a gap there. We want to make sure that this actually stops. See, that's pretty close. Stops right there. Installed. Now let's put the rest of this stuff back together. One thing to know is I bought this and they just sent me the shift ball. I did not buy it with the shift ball. I think it's more with the shift ball. But see how deep it is? If you just get a regular ball, so it won't go up high enough for reverse. Whereas this one obviously does go up high enough. All right, so we did get our parts here for the catch can. And those are just, these are gonna be just the fittings. They're radium fittings for the valve covers. For the radium fittings, so that's what they look like. So here, I'll show you that and that. I have looked at the instructions online, and you're supposed to stick these in the freezer for about 10-15 minutes. It'll help shrink the material just a tiny bit, because as you can see, there's no grommets on these. So as they warm up and heat up, that creates the seal it needs. So let's go ahead and throw these in the freezer real quick. They recommend when you're pulling these out to do it when the engine's cold. The car's been sitting for several days, so it should be fine. All right, I would definitely recommend getting yourself some hose pliers, because it's like the perfect size so that it catches that barb. Smack the pliers and this won't slip. That way it'll get it out. There is still a grommet in there we have to take out. That little grommet there. Don't want to break it. I already broke it, but it's falling completely apart. Oh, we got it. All right, so that's the piece that fell in there. So yeah, like I said, that one's got no grommet or anything in there, so it's just pressed in there. These don't matter which direction you put them in, because they do pivot even after they're in. Okay, so I got the hose made for this side. So now we just gotta snake everything through. Make sure it's where we want it. So these fittings here. You've got the end that screws onto the fitting on the catch can or whatever you're using. And you've got this fitting, which is for the hose. It's the one that's tapered down. Basically all you do is you turn this counterclockwise because the threads are reversed here. There's a lip there, that ridge. Right there. You want it to just touch up against that. Ready to go this time? Here's the catch can. Just kind of routes through here, goes through this heat shield here and the snout. Just goes kind of around here through the back. And there's plenty of clearance here for the catch can to shut the hood. You can see there. But since we got that done, I did also get the blow-off valve in today, so we can go ahead and unbox that. There it is. Unbox this here. And this is rated at up to 100 PSI. Got some tension here on the spring, so I might adjust that depending on how it is. Let's see. And this is actually direct fit to the stock stuff here. It's a 20mm inlet, and all we're doing is replacing the stock one. The stock ones, I guess, are good for about 18 PSI max, and we're at 20. And you know, they say it's pretty questionable if it even lasts at 18 PSI. So rather than, you know, have this thing leak on us or something, I just went ahead and replaced it with a good one. she is. Put her just like that. Blends in pretty well, I think. Get under here and swap out the fuel pump. And this is the pump we got. So this is actually the same, well, at least same size pump and same brand. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, just made for the IS300. But it was a 340 liter per hour quantum pump. So they come with a new little filter there. That's what it looks like. All right, guys, I got it out the hanger. So here's obviously the stock fuel pump. I've noticed on some of these, they'll have like another line hooked up here. Ours doesn't. Ours was just literally, this whole thing came out and that was it. The only connectors were up here. But some of them do have a hose that clamps on either here or here. I can't remember which one. So if you see that, you know, that's just unhook that and undo it. Otherwise, you just basically, as soon as you undo the top here, you just pull the whole hanger out. Blow-off valve, so I guess we can pull that research valve and see what it sounds like. Second gear pull. I don't know if you guys were able to catch that, but check engine light came on and then the center warning light came on. So it definitely doesn't like being at those higher boost levels. Wow, 19.7. I won't do any more of that. Not until we get more fuel system stuff. All right, I guess let's head back home. Addition to the fleet, this turd here. So it's completely stock.
Yeah, so our plan with this thing is manual swap it, make an angle kit for it, also turbo it.
Yeah, and that we're gonna do a little bit different. So we've learned quite a bit from the last one we did, and we're gonna try to do a little bit different.